Hello. Hey, I was reading something this morning that really stimulated me, and I wanted to share it with you because it's all how we start our day, right? Some things that I've learned is I start my evening before I go to bed. I try to get into an attitude of gratitude and just be thankful for all the things that I have in my life that I have and that I want to attract and bring into my life. And I do the same thing the first thing in the morning. And when I do these things consistently, my life changes. And I was reading a story about a gentleman named Frank. And Frank had this wonderful, amazing, just restaurant in Boston. And it was thriving, and he was just having a blast. And it's real easy to do that when we're on top of the world, right? And then all of a sudden, the economy hit, or so he thought. And everything started to go downhill. And he realized it wasn't the economy. Later on, he realized as much as it was his attention to detail and his mindset of gratitude and how he'd lost that, how he wasn't being thankful for the people coming into the diner. He was looking for things outside of himself, and he was looking at external environment versus focusing on what's inside himself and what he can control. And so this little old lady would come in, and she had a caregiver, and she couldn't walk, and she could barely speak, and she would just watch Frank every single day, and she just fell in love with him. And she just found it in her heart to help him. And Frank noticed day by day, he would look in the mirror and he just realized he was never happy anymore. He saw a glimpse as he was running by, and he realized how unhappy he had become in his life. And he started to speak with this lady, just kind of, just real nonchalant and stuff. And she kept pecking away at him and pecking away at him. And years go by, and she's in this restaurant. And the caregiver would bring her every single day. And the lady would order the same thing. And he would notice she would be scribbling on something in the back. It was a napkin. And he's like, what in the world's going on? And she did this every single day. She would write on a napkin. And as she kept doing this, one day she stopped Frank. And she said, Frank, you are so unhappy. You're alive. You need to do me a favor. And he didn't have the heart to tell her no. She said, I want you every single day to write on that napkin something you're grateful for. She said, I don't care if it's just waking up. I don't care if it's opening your eyeballs. I don't care if it's just getting out of bed and you can walk or brushing your teeth. It doesn't matter. You just write something down every single day. He didn't have the heart to tell her no. So he starts to do it, and he didn't realize all the bricks that kept building up in his backpack he was carrying over that time frame. And every day when he wasn't in gratitude, he was putting another brick in that backpack. What he didn't realize is you start to wear this backpack, if you start to get in gratitude, you start taking bricks out, you start to become lighter, and God starts to work through you and for you. And so he starts doing this. The first month goes by, and he really doesn't notice much. The second month goes by, and he sees himself in the mirror for the first time in a long time, and he actually smiles. And he kept doing this every single day, writing down what he was grateful for. And all of a sudden, his restaurant became the busiest in Boston. He didn't do any renovations physically. He didn't change the chairs or the tables. He didn't redecorate. He didn't change the menu. He didn't change staff. He kept the same staff. The only thing that changed was his mindset, his attitude of gratitude. You see, our attitude determines our altitude in life. And so it's really easy. Setbacks are given to ordinary people to make them extraordinary. And he did this continuously every single day for the rest of his life. And when he looked down one day, he noticed a little old lady didn't come in, but the caregiver did. And he knew what that meant, and he knew that caregiver told him that she had passed away. And a piece of Frank passed away. And he realized that God blessed him in that moment with that lady over time, who never gave up on him and never lost sight of him being a child of God. And what started to happen is he realized that this controls everything. It is the connector to the spirit and the form. And how you tune this in to the things around you is how your life will change before you. And he did this every single day. And what he did is he wrote on every napkin, what are you grateful for today, blank. And every time somebody got a napkin out of the napkin holder, that's what they opened up. In the breakfast, at lunch, and dinner. And I thought, one little old lady changed that man who influenced thousands of people. What can you and I do? What can you go and be grateful for today that God can bring into your life to change the world tomorrow? Hope you have a blessed day. I pray to God in every day and every way that you and your family are getting better and better.